Luc Von Mechelen, but everybody knows me by Bobo. Sure. The monastery was built in 1850, and the reason why the beer is called Chimay is there is a prince and there is a principality at Chimay, and the monks came actually from the monastery of West Fletcher. Now, the prince of Chimay donated the land to the monks to build their monastery, but we made cheese first, but we only started brewing in 1862. The first beer that we produced was a Chimay Premier. There is 3 rules to be a Trappist monastery, and there is only 7 Trappist monasteries in the world. So it needs to be brewed inside the walls of the monastery. Second, 100% indoor control, that means no outside investors. And number 3, they give 90% of their net proceeds away. Unfortunately, we're down to 17 monks at Chimay. But that said, probably what's going to happen is the community is fairly old and they don't like to mix young and old monks so much so. But since Chimay is a very productive monastery, I think eventually they will put a new generation of monks in there and keep up the good tradition of brewing good beer. I don't know as much about the cheese because I primarily do deal with the beer. Now, what is very important is when you go to Chimay, you talk to the monks and they say, I say, Father, what is the secret about Chimay? 2 secrets. One is the yeast, number 2 is the water. And we use our own wells that have been there since 1850. No pesticides being used because we're kind of organic farmers. And number 2 is in 1948, after the war, after we lost our yeast, Father Theodore spent about 4 years of his life perfecting the yeast of Chimay. Well, I grew up in a town called Leuven. That's where Stella Artois is brewed. Moved to the United States in 1979 because some of my friends, American friends, that were students in Belgium, they studied international law and they fell in love with Belgian beer. So I came to visit them in 1979 and they convinced me to open up a Belgian bar and restaurant. And I did that for 10 years. Then a brewer, a Belgian brewer by the name of Pierre Celis, who is the father of Brewgarden, built a brewery in Austin, Texas, and I became a brand manager for him at a distribution company. And about 14 years later, my friends in the import business asked me to come and work for them. Well, it is Bobo, and I got that nickname when I was on vacation on the North Sea in Belgium, and it basically stuck with me when we came back. I was about 16 years old, and it stuck when I came back to my hometown. And then when I came to the United States, Luc Von Mechelen was a little bit long for Texans, and I said, well, I have a nickname and it's Bobo, and they said, oh, Bubba. I said, no, it's Bobo. The best part of my job is meeting people. I really enjoy traveling and basically educating people on Chimay and on some other Belgian beers. I wouldn't be very happy sitting in an office actually. I've always been kind of like a salespeople. I like to go and educate people on Belgian beers. Well, the future for Chimay, we have 150 years to show for, and we have only 3 beers to show for. So now, for the 150th anniversary, they produced a blonde, 10%, but unfortunately only 2,500 cases are coming to the United States. So I cannot speak for the monks. I mean, when you work for a monastery, they're not very commercial. Their purposes in life is to pray. They get up every day at 3:30, you know, they go to Mass 7 times, they're silent or vegetarians. So I would have to assume that we're going to stick with the same beers that we've been doing now. Is there going to be another beer? I don't know. It's very difficult for me to say, but they created a special beer, but only 2,500 cases for the